In this video, I'm going to show you how to do an example of the enzyme poster. You should have your packet out open to the very back page. First thing you want to do is you're going to have to make sure you get your name. In this case, Mr. Carlson, hour 2. And then you need to name your enzyme. Your enzyme is always going to be named after either what it makes or what it breaks or what it does. I'm calling mine Broken Heart ACE. All enzymes end ASE. So here's my drawing. You can see the enzyme right there, and the active site is the part that the substrate actively goes into. Here we can see my substrate, which obviously is 2 halves of a broken heart. Those are my substrates, and they're going to fit perfectly inside my active site. So there you can see how they fit into the active site, and then when it spits it out, we have a completely healed heart. There's my product. So now I'm going to do a description of how it works. Broken Heart ACE heals a broken heart. That's what the enzyme itself does. It takes these 2 substrates, joins them together, and spits out a complete broken heart. Now you also need to include a denaturing event. Denaturing is when something has happened to the enzyme to deform the active site. This means the substrates can't go in. So now I'm going to say there's a denaturing event. Let's say it's a One Direction reunion. Ugh. It's like it just makes me lose all faith in humanity. Anyways, here we can see I have my enzyme, but obviously the active site has changed. So my substrate, that does 2 parts of a broken heart, can no longer fit inside the active site. You need to come up with some sort of event, something that makes the enzyme deform so that the substrates can no longer fit inside there. You also need to label whether or not it is a synthesis or a disintegration reaction. In this case right here, I have 2 halves that are joining together. That's called a synthesis reaction. If this went the other way, if this took a heart and then broke it in half, like a One Direction reunion would do, then we would call that a disintegration or a breaking reaction. But this one is a joining reaction. Now, let's go through and let's grade the poster that I have. First requirement is I have partner names and hour. There you can see Mr. Carlson, hour 2. I have that on there. I also need to have my enzyme name. It must end in ASE, so I have Broken Heart ACE. I have both of those, so I can give myself 1 point just for putting my name, the hour, and the name of the enzyme on there. Next thing, an explanation of the reaction. There we have the explanation. Broken Heart ACE heals a broken heart. That's worth 1 point right there, that I've explained that. Now we need to show a regular reaction. So here is my regular reaction. You can see that I have an enzyme with the labeled active site, and the substrates and the products are also labeled, and they are a different color than the enzyme. That way you can tell the difference when they're together like that. There's my substrate, there's my products, they are labeled. 2 points right there. I need to describe the denaturing event. That's that crappy One Direction reunion. That's worth 1 point right there. Now I need to make sure that I include a picture of the enzyme with the deformed active site. And there it is right there. My substrates cannot fit into the active site there. 1 point right there. Then I need to label whether or not it's going to be a synthesis or a disintegration reaction. Then I need to give points for color creativity. In this case, 0.5 out of 2. Not that great, could be better.